I've decided to do a series about softwares that I really love, that I use as a small business owner. And today, the one we're going to focus on is Flodesk. Hi, I'm Marta, digital marketing consultant and creator of The Social School, where I help small business owners optimize their digital presence. Flodesk is an email service provider, and it does everything from sending out emails. You can do workflows, you can do checkouts for sales and create sales pages. It's incredible. I consult for a lot of different businesses, and so I see a huge range of different softwares. And if you are an e-commerce company or certain other ones, Flodesk might not be the right platform for you, but I really feel extremely strongly that if you are any kind of service provider business, so you're a coach, a consultant, anything like that, I think Flodesk is the most amazing platform. So let's dive in. Okay, so here is your main screen when you open up Flodesk, and this is where you can create your emails. I create a newsletter that I send out every Friday called The Summary. So I do the news, then I do a how-to video, which I film on YouTube, so I can just place the URL in here, and then it shows up with my thumbnail. And then I also do a graphic, and the cool thing is about Flodesk is I can upload them from my computer, or I can directly import it from Canva, which I love. It just makes things go a lot smoother. You can send out tests. You can create a whole email as like a favorite or share it as a template, so you're not starting from scratch every time. The back end of all the blocks have all these different features where you can customize, add padding, accessibility, which is very important for ADA compliance. Then you have forms. So for example, if I have a freebie I'm offering or some kind of lead magnet, I think forms are amazing. I also have a pop-up on my website for my email newsletter that I send out. You can create wait lists. All these kinds of things I think are so fantastic. And they have embed forms and pop-up forms as well. And then with forms, you can integrate them with workflows. So let's say someone fills out your form. Well, then if they signed up for my email newsletter, that could trigger a workflow. So a sequence where maybe it's a welcome sequence. Let's show this one. I'm going to pause for now to show you guys. But you can say, okay, what's the trigger? When someone is added to this audience segment of mine from my form, then they're automatically sent a sequence. So I can do thank you for subscribing. I can add a time delay. Here's how we can help. Another time delay. Let's connect. And then they exit the workflow. And then you can send an email. You can have an action, time delay, or you can actually split conditionally as well, which I think is really cool. And if you're more sophisticated and advanced with that, totally recommend. Let's make sure we turn this back on. Then there are checkouts. This makes accepting money for your business so much easier. So you can create all these sales pages. So for instance, I have a group membership called Accountability Buddies. I have a coaching course called The Social School. I can integrate this with my Stripe account, so I can accept payments automatically through that way. I can customize my checkout page where I can add a bonus offer and a review. They have all these different options where you can have a credit card, you can use Apple Pay, Google Pay, Klarna, all this stuff. Like, it's so comprehensive. Then you have your delivery, which is like the thank you page and whatever else you need to add there. And then you can add all these other things. So I just think they make it really clear on organizing your client data and how people are fed into your system. We'll get into segments in a bit, but the targeting is amazing. So I absolutely love that. It's super easy to preview in desktop and in mobile, which if you're in any digital marketing space, you know how important making sure everything in mobile looks great as well, because we're constantly on our phones. Then you have your audience. This is the other component that I really love. So obviously I have it where if someone signs up on my website through a form, they're sent a welcome sequence and they're added to my audience on my general list. But then I can further segment my audience. So I can create all these different groups. So I can say, I want to email all of these people, but not these people. And your ability to segment your audience so beautifully is fantastic. And then finally, kind of in this section of things, you have your analytics. And this goes into your subscriber growth, whether it's coming from integration, a form opt-in. We're going to get into integrations in a bit because they are adding new ones all the time. It's ridiculous. Check out, like, really, really cool. I've had some unsubscribes. Sad. But it happens. The more you grow, the more you have unsubscribed, so that's fine. But it gives you what your open rate is, your click rate, all of this. It's so great. Performance by individual subscriber. It gets really into the nitty-gritty. And you can go into each of these different sections and see how things are feeding in. So yeah, these are my different freebies or newsletter signups that I have. And then you can look at all of those different things and do the full breakdown, which is so valuable, I think. Also, have you seen this really cool thing? The founders of this company, it's a female founder company, and I think they're incredible. They do this, what analytics feature do you want to see? And you can request it. And who knows, it might happen. Like, I think in the past few days, they just announced they're also allowing for payment plans. So let's say you have a checkout, you can now integrate a payment plan into that, which I love. So then let's go over here to some of their integrations, because this is the other thing that I think Flodesk has been so fantastic with. So you can connect to your Instagram feed. You can connect your Shopify account. Canva, obviously. My site is on Squarespace, so that integration is new and makes things so much easier. I am about to test out the ManyChat. If you guys are familiar with the automated DMs on Instagram, that's often through ManyChat. And so you can set up like a trigger keyword. And so if someone types in that keyword, because you can also integrate with Instagram, it'll pull everything in from your ManyChat into your Flodesk list. Oh my gosh, so incredible. So that's something I'm really excited to try out. That's on my to-do list for this week. Then I used to have a quiz with Interact, which is my favorite quiz builder. And you can connect that as well. So if you have like a BuzzFeed type quiz as a lead magnet, that feeds right into your Flodesk list too. Then they obviously connect with Zapier, which to me is like the be all end all. If you can connect through Zapier, there's so many other platforms you can connect to. So for example, my community for accountability buddies is hosted on Mighty Networks. And so I can connect anyone who signs up to accountability buddies for Mighty Networks can be fed into my Flodesk list. And then they're tagged as such. And then fed the email welcome sequence, all of that. It's so great. Typeform, if you do quizzes through there, that connects. Like, they have so many options. If you have Kajabi and you have your courses hosted there, amazing. Google Sheets, WooCommerce, like, it is so cool. So again, if you are a small business owner and you have any kind of service-based business, especially, I cannot recommend Flodesk enough. Finally, just for full disclosure, I am a Flodesk partner. It's something that I signed up to because when I discovered Flodesk, I was so gung-ho about it. I was like, I have to tell everyone. So there is a link below just to fully disclose my affiliation with them because I love them so much.